podcast.
I learned a lot about you today. No, it was good. What you learned about it? Tell me. Huh? What you learned about it? Tell me.
So you
I
can
just
talk.
no, I just watched your preparation so it made me realize how yeah. But you know, like because we communicate a lot, but to see somebody in your swing
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay.
I'm saving it for the show. So I got to talk about this guy. I'm saving it.
What's yours?
DGI.
I'll put it right there. I mean, this one, like,
Oh, let me take this one.
Because this is live.
yeah, I know. But see,
I don't care.
I had it here to help. Well, no, this one, the whole thing is live. We just live.
We're just live right
If
now.
you're like on the show, you ain't gonna be doing like basketball moves or anything like that. So
Right here, I'm never, definitely. I'm not that guy.
Make that one hand.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, perfect.
We kind of.
You just turned it on?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We could really. The questions that we have on the
Everybody ball. Behind the scenes on podcast and filming today. Probably too close. Not too close or too far. I don't know. That helps me. Yeah, but we doing behind the scenes shot of this podcast I'm filming for called Shake the Room. We over here at the JW Marriott. So here we go. We just getting started.
It's a different lane. I like it actually. Very non-biased.
That's a full UPS store. Or is it just
Same song, back, living up the world. You about to leave, right?
Where you fly back to? Oh.
They sent you the video from earlier? I want to see if my sons have made fun of me about my boss.
I'm shooting. This is this. Right now, right? Morning.
Yes, they would have tape.
They would have
They would definitely have tape.
They don't have to take it, shut down.
Exactly.
It probably costs $70 for their ticket.
Oh, $69.
Because it's the
He
J
said
double.
only 69.
You know,
J double
taxes,
ticket.
that's all. I actually went every year. I knew it was in August. I just can't remember what day. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's probably the smallest way to do it. I used to shop in winter and summer, but winter hasn't been good. This right here. Trying to get a good angle for y'all to see all of them. This might work. Will it let me do it this way? Nope. Will not let me do it that way. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Had to make sure I get y'all right. We about to start. We're waiting on one person. Make sure I get all the good angles. Okay. Ooh, wide angle. Ooh, shit. Okay, we in there now. We got the wide angle. There we go. There we go. All right, we're good. Let's get started. Go back or something?
Oh, man, I'm sleeping like a little kid.
Yeah.
It's called the Pearl.
The Pearl's nice. I was there one night and I'm like, that look like Ric Flair. And all of a sudden I hear, woo! I'm like, yep, there's Ric Flair.
Oh, seriously? Oh, that's funny.
He's always there.
That's so funny.
They got this jalapeno cornbread.
Yeah,
Have you had it? Man, that stuff's delicious.
it is.
It sounds crazy, but listen, trust me.
You gotta get your attention with the name, of course.
They got jalapeno jalapenos in it.
That is not for me, though.
Yesterday was my first time having my steak not loaded.
How'd you have it? Eat it? Oh, what?
You know,
How'd you like it?
I felt like a vampire.
He's like,
It was so much blood. I was like,
are you serious? It was not that bad.
yo, it was crazy. It was crazy. I looked at my plate. It was blood. I was like, oh, this is nasty.
Yeah.
How you like this?
I'll take the jokes. You can laugh at me.
Well done?
Yes.
Yeah, never again. I'm going right back to well done.
Yeah, I like
Never doing
it,
that again.
man.
That was too much. Too much blood for you.
Sunday,
There's a movie that always makes me think about Dennis the Menace. There's a spot where he's like, this ain't taste funny. Like, oh, Dennis put it through the paint.
I had a 10-day Korean food and music festival Sunday.
We say, this Sunday?
Yeah. It didn't get a lot of people to rain on it, so I kind of got positives and everything. And it just smelled like, it was like really cooking the food raw, so they had squid, octopus, and like smelling it raw, it was like, But it was fun after they cooked it. It smelled better.
What grade? steak, bro. Like the same thing over and over again.
Boring is what you want.
That's all. Call it what you want.
You know what you
Steak.
put?
I don't explore nothing.
You know
Only
what
thing,
you
like, only thing I can't really be. I had a bad experience and I don't mess with it.
What's the bad experience?
I went to some restaurant and whatever I ordered, it was like mud. And I just, it looked like dirt. It tasted like dirt. And you know, this was my hood things for real. Like when I wasn't nothing else. And I'm like, I can't.
They make fun of me because all I do is eat chicken strips and fries.
Yo,
And they take us to these fancy
yo, we're the
restaurants.
same.
And you eat this, and you just the
Yo,
same.
we're literally the same person. That's what I
You
do.
want to just think about the box a little
Hey,
bit?
I hear what you're saying. I'm a texture person.
Yeah, yeah.
Some things just don't taste well.
My son's like that.
That's all I eat. Like chicken tenders, potatoes,
I'm the opposite. If I go to a restaurant, I'm gonna try something different. Most of the time, I'm glad I
I'm
did.
gonna try a different way that you can wow me by making chicken tenders.
That's what I want.
With a different type of sauce.
Yeah, okay, that was just one time. I was at Target, Slumdogs.
Yeah.
Springs. They had a great restaurant. It's dope. Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna love this conversation.
The order was baby squid. And I was thinking like, oh, it's like little chopped up little like small pieces. It was actually a baby squid. A whole one with the eyes and everything.
So there was a monster
Raw.
just like you ate it wrong.
No, I gave it back to him. I didn't want that.
It's like I can't.
It was very traumatizing to see.
I can't eat the fish with the head still.
So hungry, y'all.
Huh?
Oh, is this, oh, it's all of us? Oh, I thought it was just me. I thought we were just
Right here was like.
Kathy, how do you like the steak? How do you like the steak?
So, for the record,
the only rubber I push on my baby.
We're literally the same.
Yeah, I grew up the same way. Like if you ask my, that's like a like if you ask my parents like how do you want your steak, they're gonna be like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know?
ain't number one way to have it.
That's it.
Nah, he was just weird, man.
See y'all here.
But then like when you finally like taste the medium steak, you're
And
like,
it just got more
"Holy
flavor
shit."
and
Like I just
juice.
eat garbage.
Man, and so if you ever been punched about, it busted you.
Hey, that's what
I wouldn't say I
It had a taste.
I want to take some niggas with me.
It's like,
There it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like points, trust me.
Yes, it
tastes
does.
like metal.
What do you think?
Well,
You weird too.
Wow.
So when we went to a restaurant, I would eat the outside of the steak. You know, I have. Yeah. See how many things? You know what I'm
every
saying?
time, you know like how sometimes like you'll order a steak for like for the table, right? That happens
Yeah.
And I really clients or something, right? And we'll have to like they'll bring out a piece of meat. I already like the first thing I do every time is that I look at his head because I already know he's holding the face of pure disgust.
It's the truth, but the way it works out, man, is like, I'll cut a piece off the end, I'll just have a little bit. There's certain things, you know, will never change. It will never change.
Yeah, we get.
I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
Ceviche?
Ceviche is good. You don't like ceviche?
That green thing?
He has the diet. Is this all going on the podcast?
No.
I'm gonna get to it. He has a diet of taste buds. You know the kids that only eat chicken nuggets and fries?
Yes, that's him. First of all, hold on.
Apparently it's
Akeem eats chicken wings, but the way he eats chicken wings, you could see the poor village. Yeah, he eats so much meat on him.
I want what I want. You take the protein on good.
That's funny. I eat chicken wings with this.
Nah.
If you eat a chicken wing, like it's crazy. Like his diet is literally like chicken nuggets and fries. And then he'll look like he's too good to eat a chicken wing. And I'm like, that's horrible.
But so there's a story behind it.
Breaded strip of chicken.
Growing up, all I had was fried chicken.
Okay.
You had liver, you had
Fried
fried chicken, and
liver,
pork chops.
okay.
That was my
I
favorite.
got you. I can
If
understand.
it was a good time, we got like pork or movie in the big part. That's it.
But like, I hate, are you eating rice and beans? And I make rice and beans.
Rice and beans is a little bit different.
The rice and beans is good. Did your parents use to reuse grease? My grandma used to-
And a little bit Crisco
For the
container.
longest, I just thought chicken wings were supposed to be black. Almost. I was like, how does KFC get to be so
It's
black?
It's like cooking on a grill. It's just like you cook on a grill, but you don't clean it afterwards. And you wonder why you eat so much meat.
My grandma had a
What
jar
up,
of
Michael?
fish grease,
No,
a jar
Michelle-
of
Michael,
chicken grease, and a
Michelle?
jar of bacon.
And then she ran out, she mixed it up.
Michaela. Ooh, Michaela. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hi, Michaela.
Didn't know no better.
Oh, I gave him a thumbs up.
That's great.
I was to tell you that we was already. Yeah, I said yeah. Yeah, it was great stories.
Okay. All right, no more
Can I
games?
just get the premise of the podcast
Yeah.
and the show?
So, it's gonna be about 30 minutes. We're gonna stay on the next later. We're gonna go quick intro, and then we're gonna start.
Yeah, on the main, you know, you all a little bit.
That's really.
So big picture is recurrent, and then we'll bring big in.
Yeah.
What we do with the big picture.
Like,
Yeah.
We're not. He's done
And
So,
that's, yeah, I don't mind that.
Recurrent military and defense.
Like I said, we've been always.
There's a bunch.
You want to do a countdown?
I love it when watching this feature.
Yeah, they do. They are.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just how the chairs are. Chairs are.
Just don't.
But then I feel like I'm
Yeah,
working.
because he.
Yeah.
Well, you got your own cameras.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you got these two are dedicated for YouTube. That one's gonna go here, and that one's gonna go to me. So you know. Really, what she looking for a pillow.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I can sit like, I mean, if I don't look at that, so you look good like that, okay.
All right, so count down one time.
Yeah.
All right, and 3, 2.
Welcome back to another episode of Shake the Room Show, where we get the room under power and we do it for culture. I'm your host, Akeem.
Y'all know what it is. It's B.I.G. Lee. What's going on, my guy? Feeling great, but
Hey, today we have an amazing episode. This is near and dear to my heart. Near and dear to my heart. So before I introduce you guys, I have a little intro to myself. So some people wear the uniform, some people build businesses, some people create content. Today's guest found a way to bring all three together. It's more than a conversation. It's about leadership, purpose, and building a legacy that lasts. Welcome, Cortez. How you doing? I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure.
I will reach over
Nice
here.
to meet you.
I know, what do we have to?
As well. Yes, absolutely. You too.
How's it going? How you doing?
Tired right now. I need a nap. It's been a long day here in Tampa, so I can't play too much. But thanks for having us out. Looking forward to this phenomenal conversation.
Absolutely.
So, to start off, right? Let the viewers know.
Well, I know, but it's,
Yes, we did. So I am
sometimes you guys want to just, sometimes you guys want to their level.
what contractors are you guys?
So you're saying our time
I run a lot of
and yeah, it's one of the,
So why don't you say about like but Nick is actually part of a much larger ecosystem. So my job at Recurrent is that I'm basically kind of the CEO. So I run editorial events, partnerships, marketing, and even the budget for all I'm doing.
that's it, that's all I need to know.
And we also have task and purpose, we are the mighty, and so collectively, all five of these grants together, they're supporting the corporate community ecosystem, which is about 18 to like take the name of the work from them.
How do you get any sleep?
I don't.
Wow.
No, I'm in bed. I'm not getting like don't call, don't text after like 8:30 p.m.
Right.
That's Pacific time.
Pacific time, yes, Pacific.
What about you?
So I am Cortez Williams, Army veteran, spent 29 years in uniform. She gave the big picture about what we do with the current military, and to make my job easy, I just basically do whatever she tells me.
Smart
That sounds about right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Keeps me out of trouble.
I really want to understand how do you guys blend all of that together? Like that's a lot. And hats off to you.
Thank you for that.
How do we blend it all together? Each brand has its own unique identity, right? And the reality is we're still serving the same community. And so that's why it all works. So yes, it's a very careful line between making sure that each brand keeps their identity intact. But then also having them work together to make sure that they're supporting the community in different ways. I inherited all of these brands. And so when I first took over, every brand was kind of on its island, right? And so the last year and a half, my main focus has been actually what you just mentioned, bringing them together, but making sure that the identity of each particular brand stays in place. It's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
It's like, remember when one thing we told us about tagging your brand or
Yeah,
it's kind of like
yeah,
having your own
I did,
thing.
yeah.
They still have the characteristics of
Right.
themselves, but they still individually themselves.
How does each one of these identities complement each other?
So you have like task and purpose. It's known for its messaging, right? If you want to hear about things that are happening, right? Things that are changes at the VA or something that happened with base, you're going to go to task and purpose. That's going to be your main source. The war zone really focuses on defense journalism, right? They are constantly breaking stories. They're covering defense news. They're actually huge international and even domestic government following. But when you think about it, they're both connected to military news, right? They are both doing investigative journalism. And then you have like We're the Mighty, that is kind of like our lifestyle brand. It's all about like celebrating service, right? There's a piece of task and purpose that ties into that as well, right? That talks about the lifestyle or service member or a veteran. They just kind of like work together, and sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes they'll tell a similar story, but in two very, very different ways.
So let me just add this to you. When you think about it, the other part of this is that we have the digital brands when we extend our reach, we reach across the military connected community. Those that are currently serving, the active duty guards, people service, the military family, the military spouse, all essentially have access to what we do on the digital side. But then we have two in-person brands where we really focus on bringing the community together. So with Middle Spouse Fest, it's a celebration for spouses. We on average hold between 8 to 10 events across the world every single year where we bring small groups of spouses together to connect and collaborate and get resources to help them grow in their respective areas. And then we have our flagship experience, which is the Military Influencer Conference, which is a culmination of all of it. It's where we merge our digital brands into a live experience, but most importantly, we're doing it from the standpoint of serving the community.
Well, speaking of the mix, so I want to say congratulations for 10-year anniversary. Like how much years it's been 10?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
That's my birthday.
I told him that since he's turning 10, I'll buy him a medal.
So, congratulations to 10 years. I know that access to market. Why Tampa?
Why Tampa? So when we think about an anniversary that highlights our legacy, we wanted to bring this event to a community that's like made up of the community. And so all of the places that we've been from Dallas, Texas, to Orlando, Florida, to Washington, D.C., we reset 2 years in Atlanta to do a virtual event. We did 2 years in Vegas, 2 more years in live in Atlanta, and then we chose Tampa. Why? Because this is a city that's future focused, right? When we think about government contracting, when we think about defense innovation, when we think about the state of Florida, where really people come together. And also we can talk about the diversity angle of a city like Tampa. It's a crosswalk of the military community. It's it's a safe destination for us, but most importantly, it's an opportunity to talk about what the next 2 years are going to be.
Man, that's amazing. So, one, with Tampa being my hometown is a privilege. Yes, it's a privilege that you all want to come here. And secondly, it is a privilege to have this opportunity to sit down and talk to people. I'm going to speak a little bit about my first experience with Mick last year. And I got to experience it from behind the camera because I was doing video work for you all, working for NJI Media, shout out. But being able to be a fly on the wall in a lot of those rooms and being a civilian, it's giving me chills right now. What you all have created and the community that you have, the stories that I've heard, there were so many things that I'm like, videography in general gives me the opportunity to be places that most of the time I might not have had opportunity to get that information. But being a civilian and being on the outside and seeing the community that you have and the impact and the reach on all these soldiers, the wives, the family, and like you said, how you bring everything together, it's nothing short of amazing, and it's just so powerful in what the MIG stands for. I heard so many stories while I was there. I know we're going to go more into it, but I just want to say, from a person who's not in the military, I can see the importance, and I'm so glad that you created this. I'm so glad that because I was in some of those rooms and some of the stuff I've heard, civilians, we're not privy to some of the challenges and some of the things, the resources and the information that was given out in these events and just the stories that were shared amongst the community. I don't think there's too many safe places like that. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for what you do and what you do. Because that was just amazing. Again, I'm just getting chills thinking back to it. And so for it to come here to Tampa, I don't know if y'all really ready for what's about to happen. We got the deal around here and everything. It's such an amazing event. So, I know we were talking about before you came on your attention to detail. Your attention to detail. Listen, so I'm running from room to room, right? There we got cameras in every room. Every corner I turn, there's Cortez. I was like, what's with this man? Is everywhere. Every minute of the day, he's all over the place. How do you, when the make is going on, and I know we don't get to, how do you stay so sharp and stay so focused?
Stay so sharp and stay so focused. So first off, I don't think I have an ego. Some other people may have a different opinion. What I try to do is make sure that I am as open and as available as I would want to if I experienced a MIG for the first time. So like you said, if it's your first year, you're a civilian, you don't really understand our community, there's a lot of people in our community that don't understand us. They don't understand why we do what we do. And so, I'm a former first sergeant, spent 21 years in the military. The thing that sticks out for me is that, servant leadership, right? It's one thing to be in charge and walk around and show it. It's something else to really be about the community. So it's important for me to make sure that everybody that comes in, they have that experience where they know that we're accessible. We're not above them, right? A lot of entities and organizations in our space, you have their leadership, there's layers of separation. We've been to events in our space where the leaders have security to keep them away from their own people. Think about that. So for us, right, we want to make sure that we're open. We want to make sure that we can conversate, and we want to make sure that everybody can have a good time knowing that they're connected, because it's family focused, and at the end of the day, servant leadership is how we see it, and that's how we see us and how we approach it.
I really want to also add, one of the things when I first joined MIG with Cortez, which was in 2021, and we were relaunching it, and we were kind of thinking about what do we want this to be, right? I've been in media for 20 years now. I need to edit that one. But
She's 22.
Obviously, came out of the womb with a bachelor's degree. No, but when we were talking about what do we want MIG to be, right? We have a chance to kind of do things a little differently. And I've been to so many conferences. I come from the corporate side, right? So you name it, and the there. And one thing that I notice all the time is they talk about all these big names. You go to the conference and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get access to so and so. That person comes on stage, speaks, walks right off, and they're gone. They're on a plane, an hour later. I didn't want that to be me. I knew by talking to Cortez and getting to know him, I know why he did this, and I understood it at a deeper level. And so why did we create something they wear and everyone is accessible. Your ego gets checked at the door. Whether you are a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, or you are a spouse with an idea and needs to make a couple of connections in order to see if it's viable, you are all on equal level playing field at it. That also pertains to us, right? To the team, to the people who are actually putting it on. We want people to be accessible. We need to be accessible, right? And then I also just want to add that, like, one of the great things is, like, we have an absolutely amazing team behind everything that we do. They are mission focused. They are friendly. So when we say, like, we're building a family, right? The idea is that, like, yes, if you are sitting at our table, you are going to be respected, and you are going to be part of the conversation and work around.
I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna say my first experience going to Mico last year for the first time. It was eye-opening for me. Like, I never seen anything like that. I'm not just saying that because we're sitting next to each other, but being in the service, you don't tend to see a lot of your resources all that much like that. And for you to be able to, like you said, see somebody you can talk to and talk about your career and everything like that, I was like, wow, we need more of this kind.
Right.
Like, where can we make this worldwide? Like, every soldier knows about this. And from there, I was just like, okay, what can I do to, like, get in the ear of them, to just put my be a bandwagon to them, because I just felt it was so cool what you guys were doing. And it affected me in a powerful way that I just wanted to just affect everybody else with. Look, it's your different conference. You didn't know about this. Hey, you need to go do this. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for, like, even just answering the phone call. And I know sometimes I can.
Go ahead, tell me something.
I know sometimes I can be a lot, but I'm excited. And when I love something, I just pour my heart into it, and I see the purpose because you guys got me.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you another piece you may not even have known. I'm 40 years old, and I was like, son, how do I sign up? I knew he was gonna tell me. I was like, how do I sign up? Again, it was really because sometimes the military has a different, people have different perspectives in life. But like I said, seeing that side, the way he represented everything in the community, at 40, I was like, man, I wish I was the military. So I don't know if you've ever thought about it like that, but like, you definitely have a great impact. And I wanted to ask one thing, and so you're still,
I am. So, kind of, I'm married into a
okay. How was it taking on?
I gotta be honest with you, it was kind of weird. I'm first generation, so service is not something like where, I don't have like that legacy in my family. I'm from New York City, so it's not like being in Tampa or being in San Antonio or being a service member or a veteran every day. So it wasn't something that I was raised with. And then, I married someone who served for 11 years in the Air Force, and he wasn't that veteran. He still doesn't have a VA card. And so it wasn't part of my life. And I was in corporate America. I was working at the Associated Press, and I had just finished grad school. I wanted to find something new, and be part of be a bigger fish in a smaller pond, right? And so I found this job, a startup in Hollywood, New York City, and they hired me instantly. And I was behind acquiring the military executive conference, so I was the final decision maker and waiting for it. And it just like, what I say?
No, I just remembering the door slam on the
I did not.